Breaking news, the world is about to change. I would say, like, we are going to see a major ripple effect where US markets are going to crash a lot. And the backdrop of this is basically a Chinese AI lab called DeepSeek launched a model called DeepSeek Flash, like a next generation. They did some kind of update to already one of their existing models, and currently it is 100 times cheaper than the best AI model from one of the frontier lab in United States, right? Like Anthropic Fable 5, and right now on open terminal bench, if you see, right, everyone is just basically talking about DeepSeek. And if you see here the open terminal bench, DeepSeek V4 Flash has a score of 82.7 compared to Fable 5 80.5 for each task accomplished on this terminal bench eval framework. So it almost costed $100, 100 times cheaper. So no one's going to use, no CEO is going to say, let me pay 100 times more for the same AI token usage from a American frontier lab, right? Everyone is just going to switch over to this open weights models that are offered by a lot of inference players, like, based in Together AI. Basically, these are companies that own big data centers and they make you available any AI model, right? So they are not tied to any AI model. They are like, we just provide you the GPUs and all this hardware, and we serve any model out there, even open weight models. So all the companies are then just going to use this routers rather than paying directly to APIs from Anthropic or OpenAI. But sadly, way too much money has already been invested into this, and this is going to cause a ripple effect because there has been something going on within the AI ecosystem called circular financing. Almost $1.6 trillion worth of investments went into like capital investment expense over a period of next 3 to 5 years for the AI data center build out in United States. So the return on investment is going to be like 10-15 years down the line. It's similar to like the internet bubble when the infrastructure got built out. And this is not going to be good for the equity markets or American stock ecosystem. So if you are invested, I would say be extremely cautious. Again, I am not a certified this is not a financial advice. Do your own research. I'm just sharing my own personal opinion view. I'm not giving investment advice, disclaimer. So but I think the world is basically changing quite significantly because of this. If you see, right, everyone, literally everyone is basically just talking about this new AI model that just got launched, right? Uh, so open weight, this last 1 week, open weights models have destroyed closed weights models. And you see, that's one of the reason, like, Anthropic used to be the most loved AI company, and it's within a couple of weeks it went to most hated AI company because they were lobbying to ban or regulate open weight models within the United States. Sadly, there are a lot of other big tech players who have opposing view, and I don't think the lobbying might work or might not work, but this can collapse the entire AI thesis that's happening. I don't think, like, recently everyone was talking about the situational awareness fund that got acquired by Ken Griffin from Citadel, and I don't think, like, that fund from Leopold was just a domino in a larger ripple effect, right? The domino just got started and the walls are collapsing. So I think we are going to see much more pain in the stock market. So if you're someone, be extremely cautious. That's what I would recommend. Again, I am not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice. But I think it's going to be fun. I think you're headed towards tough times. I think the whole AI bubble is going to pop right now. And even if you see, right, like the US Iran war is not going anywhere, and the US like even gave a major warning to all their folks, citizens living in the Middle East, that it's time you come home. We are going to do something big, or the war is going to prolong for longer. I don't know what's going to happen there. So it's up to Donald Trump and his team, right? So there's that happening. And then the yen carry trade throughout history. American investors borrowed yen to invest in United States stock markets, but recently yen started falling and the Japanese government decided to sell. Like, Japan is one of the largest bond buyers, right? Like, Japan has $1.2 trillion worth of US bonds, and they started dumping that. Like, they sold more than 50-60 billion dollars of it, and US decided to intervene, and they started selling European bonds to buy and support Japanese yen. So you see the circular effect that's going on here, right? US has $40 trillion in debt, and this is not good for them. If Japan, China, and now like Russia and all the major countries will start dumping US bonds, the US government is going to go bankrupt. It's not good for the US government, right? So especially with the war with Iran going on, and now the AI carry trade, the circular financing, right? Like, NVIDIA has about $650 billion exposure just to OpenAI in promised vendor financing, data center leasing, and bunch of other contracts. So these companies, public companies and private companies, are just like they just gave individually, okay, I'm going to give you $650 billion of debt, the money with the money they do not have. And the banks that kind of supported this financing for the AI capex spend, like, they are now selling this credit default swaps, similar to what happened during the mortgage crisis in 2008, right? So it's kind of mixing internet bubble with the kind of bad financial practices, and I would say euphorism from the banks that AI is just going to play out, the world is going to become better place. I think, yeah, too much of optimism, and yes, I think the massive bull run is going to come to an end, and it's going to get pretty ugly. It's going to get pretty ugly. I think we're going to see a lot of companies going bankrupt over the next 2 to 3 years. And this launch from DeepSeek, a model capable as one of the frontier models from a closed lab, at 100 times cheaper price. Like, even if it is just 80 to 90% as good as Opus 5, still this is such a big thing, right? Everyone is just talking about DeepSeek here, right? Like, if you see here, like, people are so skeptical. Look at this tweet, right? Try DeepSeek v4 Flash and open code for free. So open code is similar to Claude Code, but like a harness for agentic coding, like, alternative for Claude Code or Codex. And I don't know why I felt this very edge of seat feeling the whole time it was working, as if it may do something wrong when I asked it to investigate some error. Nothing went wrong. It fixed the problem. Responses were fast. And yes, all of this was available on open code for free without even creating an account. So you are understanding, right? Like, developers are almost so skeptical. How can something this good be free? Like, they're so skeptical. Is this going to work? Maybe there should be something wrong with this model. How can it be this freaking cheap, right? Like, it's 100 times cheaper on the same task. So I think that economic movement for the AI labs have come, and at this point, like, I don't think it's in the lobbying from Anthropic and OpenAI for regulating this open source models by telling our own AI agents are basically trying to escape this sandbox environment by finding 0-day vulnerabilities, whatever, right, and trying to hack this external company databases. I don't think it's going to work in their favor. Like, let's be honest, right? Like, if the bad actors are going to use these open weight models to come up with different type of attack vectors that have never been seen in human history. For example, like the big Bitcoin crash, the big hack that has happened in the Bitcoin, I think cold card, there was a cold card that got hacked. They have leveraged AI to read through lot of historical git log commit logs to find a potential vulnerability, and what everyone was considered immune, like the cold storage devices, have been hacked on more than $100 million Bitcoin and have been already lost. So yes, the bad actors are using open weight models to find hacks like never before and exploit systems that are really hard to exploit by just human intelligence. So I don't think slowing down innovation at this point is going to help anyone. If you slow down, you're only giving more power to the bad actors. So governments cannot intervene and lobby against innovation and control this regulation of usage of open weights models, because United States can do that, but China, India, Europe, South America, South Africa, like all these other continents, they don't give a fuck. They are going to use this open weight models. So I think United States, the AI labs, the private unicorn tech startups, Silicon Valley has to fucking wake up. And yeah, that's what my personal opinion is. Again, this is not a financial advice. I'm pulling all my money because I think I don't know if it's going to be a month, 6 months, 1 year, but I think the market's going to crash, and I don't want to wait by holding my. I don't want to hold my back, right? Like I already have less than 20% of my net worth exposed to equity markets, but I'm quite skeptical to launch any more into it or not. I don't know, but I'm not sure even if I should put my money into gold or even into the bond market, right? At this point, this crash is going to feel like as great as maybe a depression, right? Like that happened in after the World War II or something like that. I don't think this is going to be closer to uh, it's going to be much bigger than I think 2008 bubble or the internet .com crash. So anyways, my personal views, not a financial advice. Do your own fucking research. But what do you think about this new launch from DeepSeek and Kimi K3's recent open weight models launch? So you think, are open weight models going to win over the closed frontier labs, or did they already overtake the labs, or will the labs are going to come back? Do you think lobbying against this is a good idea, bad idea? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comment section. Let's chat. See ya, peace.